What is up? Welcome to my mobility flow fall along. We're gonna hold each pose for 30 seconds for a total of 10 minutes of stretching and mobility. You're gonna need a couple blocks or maybe even a pillow to help yourself get into some of the positions that might be a little difficult for you. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and cues as we go. So let's get into it. Starting off, guys, we're gonna go into a ragdoll pose. So get your feet about hip width apart and we're gonna begin. Reach to the sky and then let everything kind of fall. Let your head get heavy, your T-spine heavy and flexed and our lower back flexed. And just hang. Deep breath in and out. And if this is too much for you, you can bend the knees a little bit. And trying to keep yourself composed, just breathing in. And out. 30 seconds is up. We're gonna do it one more time. Going up and all the way down, and letting the head fall nice and heavy. Bend those knees if you have to. And if you want to do two, grab opposite elbows and just sway to each side. Make sure you continue breathing deep, letting that lower back decompress. Hold. Perfect. Come up nice and slow. Let the vertebrae just come right back to a nice and upright position. And then next pose we're gonna get into, we're gonna do 2 times. We're gonna get into just a static squat pose. If you can't get into the pose on your own, grab yourself some blocks or something to put underneath your butt so you can sit in that pose comfortably. And you can sit on that block with those elbows and the knees, push them apart and try and get your back up nice and straight. And you can kind of go move from one side to the other side. Remember, it's deep breathing in through the nose. Good. First 30 seconds done, come up, shake it off a bit. Let's get right back into the pose. Again, sitting down. Keep those knees open, over the toes. Just breathe. Let those hips open up. Hold the pose. Deep breath in. And out. And good. Next pose we're gonna get into, we're gonna get into our child's pose. Basically, you want your knees and your feet flat, open them up. And then you're gonna walk yourself out 30 seconds, and we're gonna let your head just touch the mat if you can. If you can't get a block, if you want to put it underneath your head. You wanna get that chest towards the floor. Just hold and breathe and push yourself back. Stretch that lower back. First 30 seconds, you can kind of shake it out a bit. And then we're gonna do it again. Back into pose, another 30 seconds. Push yourself back in the pose. Walk those fingers out even more, stretch out your back. If you're not stretching your lats, and push yourself back and feel your lower back. Decompress, deep breath in. And out. 30 seconds done, perfect. Now we're gonna get into a downward dog pose. So right from here, we're gonna push yourself to a plank and then push yourself up and back. And adjust yourself as you can, as you may, depending on your mobility. But we wanna push yourselves flat, stretch those arms out, push your butt to the ceiling. We can walk the feet out as well too and feel a nice stretch in the hamstring. Both sides. Hold that, and the first one done. We come right back down, just a tabletop for a sec, just to shake it off. And then when I do it right again, push yourself up and back. Deep breath in. If you're not flexible enough, guys, you can definitely bend your knees a bit. Push yourself back even more. If you are flexible enough, straighten those legs out. You can even walk them up a little bit more. And good, 30 seconds, right back down the tabletop. Gonna shake it out a bit. Okay, so now we got through that. Now we're gonna get into a Cobra Pose. Get yourself down into basically almost like you're doing a push-up. Feet are gonna be flat. And then from here, you're gonna push yourself up. Open up. Just hold that. Open the chest right up. Good. And we're gonna lower ourselves right back down to the floor. And let's do it one more time. Hands on the ground. Feet planted flat. Put yourself up. Open that chest right up. Hold your pose. Good. We can push yourself in that child's pose. Just open our back up a little bit after doing that pose. Good. Next pose we're gonna do, we're gonna get into a pigeon pose, one of my favorite poses to do, and also one of the ones that are harder for me as well. And I like this pose because it's a great one to open the hips and the glutes. So you will probably need a block or a pillow. And we're gonna start off basically in a downward dog position. Right, we're gonna take your one foot here, up, and we're gonna push it to the front and down. Now, so for me, this is my bad hip. And what I should look like is this butt should be fully on the ground, but it's not because I just don't have the mobility on that side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a block and put it underneath, and I'm gonna sit in this pose. I'm gonna hold it as much as I can in this position. Good, and we're gonna relax. Back to downward dog. We're gonna shake it out a little bit. Move the leg a little bit. And then we're gonna do the other leg. So remember, we're gonna walk onto that downward dog position. I'm gonna kick that left foot up. Keep those hips straight. We're gonna push that knee to the front of the mat. You can walk the other foot back a little deeper. And my left side is a lot better than my right, but I'm still gonna use the blocks here so I can get into my stretch a little deeper. And from here, I can actually push myself deeper to the floor. And we're gonna hold this pose. And done. Okay, so this next pose, you guys are gonna need a band, anything to help with your mobility, because we do a little bit behind the back stretch. So I'm basically gonna take this band like this. I'm gonna put it on my right hand here, right? In this position, guys, whatever's comfortable for you, you can sit like this. I'm gonna stretch my quads at the same time. I'm gonna take this back hand, reach all the way back. I'm gonna take this part of the band, I'm gonna pull it down like this to help stretch that arm. Good, I'm gonna face the other way now. You guys see me from the front. I'm gonna do the same pose. We're gonna switch hands. Again, this one here. Set that timer again. And 3, 2, 1. It's almost like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We're gonna stretch that tricep and that arm, pushing it to the ceiling, and we're gonna get a nice stretch in the quads like this. If this is uncomfortable, guys, you can prop yourself up a little higher if you need to. And get yourself back into that pose again. Well, the main priority here is just stretching the tricep and the arm, and done. So for our next pose, we are definitely going to need a band or any kind of, I would say, strap if you have a stretching strap. But we're gonna do a back stretch here. This is one of my favorite ones to do to stretch the lower back. So what we wanna do is basically, we're gonna lie on our back. We're gonna take the band, we're gonna put on the outside of the left foot first. We're gonna put over top of our right thigh. We're gonna wrap this guy around our back to hold us in position. If you can hold this position on your own, perfect. If you can't, we're gonna do it like this. So as we're here, like this, let's switch legs. I'm gonna start the pose right now and just let it, with each breath, inhale. With each exhale, get deeper. Right there, my back just released a little bit, which is great. Looking over the opposite arm. And 30 seconds up, and I got a nice release in my lower back. The key is to make sure that we trying to stay nice and calm by, remember to inhale and exhale. And every time we inhale and exhale, we're gonna get deeper and deeper into the stretch. All right, now we're getting to our second last set of poses. Give yourself some room. We call this one around the world with our hands. So basically, give yourself some room. We're gonna keep our head down. Now, if you need to, you can definitely take a block and put it on your head like this if you feel like it. If not, you can put your head right on the floor. And what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna reach to the sky, come around, I'm gonna touch the lower back and come back open to the front. You're gonna do this you take your time, do this for 30 seconds. It's a good little workout, help with your opening up your shoulder cap and just increasing mobility, your range of motion. We're gonna do this 2 times. Take a little break, brush it off, and let's do it one more time. Reach. And done. Whew. All right, last but not least, we're gonna do Neck circles, 30 seconds. We're just gonna look all the way around, every angle, all the way up. Try to look as far away as you can, wherever your eyes go, your head is gonna go. And switch sides halfway through. Look up. And done. Now again, you can do this 2 times if you feel like. If you have the time, you will take these stretches a little longer, you definitely can. But guys, there it is. You can do this every single day, this routine, this exact routine. I recommend that you try and do this at least 3 times a week and then build up as you go. Anyway, for more videos like this, let me know in the comment section below. Till next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.